Oh my word. This is what happens when you get a phone call in the middle. Even though I put it on no disturb, I don't know how that one snuck through. I'm very sorry about that, everybody.
Straighten that out.
So log back in. I'm so sorry.
Sorry about that, everyone. Hello again. Welcome
Hello
back.
again. There we go. There's one. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. A phone call snuck in, and I have it on Do Not Disturb.
Which is weird.
I don't know what happened. I'm sorry. Okay. Back to
sewing.
back to sewing. Now that I'm all like rattled. Okay. Right sides together, 1/4 inch seams. Do you want to sew?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Which side are we sewing together? So we're going to be sewing the shorter side of the rectangle together.
Okay. And we're just using a walking foot. You don't have to because it's not anything major.
Yeah, it's been on there since we've been working with Cuddle recently, so.
Yeah.
And we have been too lazy to change it out. It's a struggle to put the walking thing in.
Yeah, to install it can be. It can cause frustration.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
And when you're sewing, make sure you actually like
Hi, Barbara.
wonder clips or pins to keep them straight on together.
Yeah.
That's something I did not do.
That's alright. This bag is really forgiving, by the way. So if you have little ones that are sewing or new sewers that, you know, are having a hard time keeping a 1/4 inch seam, it's not going to be an issue if they have a little bobble or several little bobbles in between their sewing. Okay. All right. Okay. You're going to unfold. So you have like this big, long
Rectangle.
Yeah, big, giant, long rectangle. Okay.
And you would be pressing your seams open.
Right. So you can, well, I think it says on the instructions, you can press them open or you can press them to the lining side. So we're just going to kind of finger press them because I forgot to set up the iron. Did I already say that? Ironing is not my favorite.
Yeah.
I do it, I just don't like doing it. Okay, finger press to the side. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it lengthwise. So it makes a long tube like this. Still right sides together though.
So we'll be folding it like a hot dog style, like we did in elementary school.
A hot dog? What?
Yeah. We would. The teacher would tell us to fold it either hot dog or hamburger. Hamburger would be more square. Hot dog would be rectangle.
I've never heard of this.
Really?
No. Huh. Anyways. Hi, Barbara.
Alright, now this time I will be using my wonder clips because it's a pretty long rectangle.
Yeah. Before you do the clips, just make sure you match up your two little seams. They don't need nesting or anything. Just make sure they're both going the same way so you don't get that weird little,
You want to explain what nesting is to them if they don't know?
Yeah. So nesting is you take your seams. Now these ones aren't nested. So you have two seams. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of hard to see. So you have both of your seams, and normally if you nest, you put one going one way and one going the other way like that, and your points will match up. Technically they will match up unless some of your, 1/4 inch seam is off or things like that. So I don't know. You learned how, you did your nesting seams.
I used the nesting method for my quilts.
Yeah. Does anybody else use a different, that's watching, a different way of nesting? I know a couple of quilters that go to Quilt Market. No, it's fine. It looks like it's just got a twist in it. That just snip the center of their seams, it kind of makes them splay out into a star. I don't know if that's a new way of doing it. Well, no, because most of them are older. I don't do it like that though. Do we have any quilters that do a, like if their points don't exactly match up, if they rip their entire block apart?
Do we have people like that watching?
Yeah. Do we have anybody like that watching? There's some people who will. They'll have a block of, you know, 5 or 6 points and 2 points don't match up. And so they'll take the entire block apart to fix it.
I would drive.
Bless you, honey.
Thank you. I would drive myself crazy if I did that.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I get mine pretty darn close. There are times though where, you know, it's handmade, so sometimes you just gotta let it be.
If I have something that doesn't match up correctly, I just kind of shrug it off.
Shrug it off.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can fix it with ironing and make it closer. You know, if it's like 1/8 of an inch. Does anybody else have any tips on that for sewers or quilters that are just now starting? If their points match up, what do you all do? It kind of depends on mine. If it's a center star or pinwheels, I like them to match up, and I'll try to make sure that happens, and I'll take it apart. Hi, Jody. Hello. So if you're just now joining us, we are, I don't know, about halfway through making this wine bag. It's going by fast.
Yeah. This is a really quick and easy pattern.
So if you need a pattern, you can go onto our website, our brand new spanking, shiny spanking new website, Whale's Tail Quilt Shop.
There's a 10% off discount until next Monday.
Yeah, there is. 10% discount on your entire purchase. So head on over there. It depends on how prominent the point is. That is how I am also. If it's really, you know, if you can really see it, if it's a center point of a star or pinwheels or something like that, I'll try to fix it, just because for me, it'll drive me crazy looking at it. Okay. One giant long tube. Now, the other day when Ashley and I were super tired, this, was it, yeah, number 4. Number 4 threw us off a tiny little bit. We overthought it. I don't know. I think it's because we are very tired or something. But it's fold the lining over the focus fabric, and the lining will wrap around the 1/4 inch seam of the lining. Will wrap around, and 1/4 inch of the lining will show at the top edge of the focus print. Now, I did mine backwards. This was actually supposed to be the lining. That was my plan. My plan was the worded fabric was going to be the lining, and the print was going to be the outside. Somehow, when I folded this, I got it reversed. So now we're going to make a reverse bag, because how fun is that? We'll just have opposites.
So what you're going to do is fold the lining over what you want to be the focus fabric. So I'm just going like this, basically.
Yep. Do you want me to take this off for you?
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay, we're going to take this part off so that she can just wrap it around like you would a sleeve. There we go. Hi, Deborah.
Hello, Deborah. Welcome to our live. Oh, yes, and please make sure to like our page.
Yes.
Like this post. Share it if you can.
Yeah.
Follow us. We're on Instagram and we're on Facebook, obviously. And we're on YouTube.
Yes.
We haven't posted anything on our YouTube yet, though.
No, but we'll be putting these videos over. We'll switch them over and put those out there.
Yeah.
On Facebook. What do you got going on right now?
Here I'm making sure that I have like a bit of the lining showing over the focus fabric.
Okay.
And right now I'm just gonna do a top stitch around here.
Okay. So you're just sliding it over? It's kind of hard because I don't want to move it, or our heads will be chopped off.
Oh,
But
yeah.
anyways, you could take off your little table if you have one and just slide that over the neck part of your sewing machine, and that way you won't have to, it'll just kind of roll on there and be a lot easier.
Right, and make sure that I start
Don't
with
forget to
this.
back stitch on these ones. The other ones you didn't need to back stitch or tie off since they were inside seams. So
And now we're going around.
right, we're going round, round, round. And this is a great way to use up, hi Michelle. This is a great way to use up stash fabric.
Yeah, if you have any fat quarters laying around, it's a perfect way to use them.
Yeah. Yep. Fat quarters, you can make them, I would imagine you could make them smaller. I don't know if I'd make it narrower though, like skinnier, because they're already pretty narrow width-wise.
Yeah. And then back stitching.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Ta-da!
And then cut off my little threads here. With
Okay.
our cool N95000 series needles with the curved point. We showed these off at
Oh yeah.
our Fire Day favorites the other day.
Yes.
We actually had someone come in and buy them, and they were like, "Oh my god, those were so cool."
They are. They are very handy. Okay.
So
So it's all top stitch. Now, this little part down here, we need to cut off. And so you can use pinking shears. And on the pattern, it's great because it says different ways that you can trim this section off. You can serge it and then do a straight cut with scissors or rotary cutter. You can pink it, you can serge it, you can zigzag it. But I happen to have, I don't know if y'all have one of these or not. I think we can. So I have a rotary blade that's pinking shears, like a pinking rotary blade. That makes it super easy, especially if you do clothes or anything like that. So you're gonna place this seam that you just sewed, going down the lengthwise. You're gonna make it go in half. So it's going right down the center of the bag. And then you're gonna make sure your seams, because we didn't press any of these.
yeah.
Okay.
And then we're gonna use a ruler so we don't
Yep.
have a funky cut.
And this was one of Penny's favorites, my mom's favorites. Well, it's one of all of our favorites.
Yeah.
It's these Quilters Select rulers. We love them. They are fabulous. So we are just going to put like a quarter of an inch. I don't know, it's hard. I can't show you while I'm cutting, but
Do you want me to grab the hammer?
oh no, I think we'll just cut it and then we'll hold it up.
Okay.
So, taking this, chopping it off. And these blades are great. If you don't have one, like they are fabulous. So, okay. So, we pinked them. Okay,
And then now we
up next,
sew
we-
it flat through all
right.
the layers.
we are gonna sew it flat after we make sure our non-ironed seams are going the right way. Okay,
Alright.
there you go.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're just closing up the bottom and sewing a straight stitch right where we just did the pinking. Let's see. Hi, Susan. All right, we are making, again, these quick and easy. The pattern is called Quick and Easy Wine Tote. But really, they can be gift bags for anything.
These have like, what's the word? They're very flexible for gift giving.
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
So here we have our straight seam all across. It's closed.
Right.
And now what we're gonna do,
So we're gonna pull it out.
so we're gonna
There. There we
So,
go.
we're
Okay, so
gonna-
you're gonna put your hand in there and you're gonna flatten out the bottom because now we're gonna make the bottom of the bag.
So if you remember our goodie bags last time, we kind of did the same thing. We would make a triangle here, and we'd sew right across there, and then we'd cut it off.
And we're gonna use pinking shears for that also.
Yes.
Okay.
And how deep did
It's
go?
it's a 1.5 up. So if you can eyeball, I mean, these are not, you know, exact science. However, if you are teaching somebody or practicing your sewing skills, you can measure. Just take. Here's that ruler. So these rulers have a grid on them going all the way through. So if you just put your center point on like one of the inch lines, go all the way down, and then just draw a line. It makes it super easy.
Yeah, and you can mark it with a pencil because it's going to be inside. You won't be able to see it. So
pen, pencil, anything. You could even use a washable marker if you want.
Yeah.
So,
and on these points, make sure to backstitch at the start and end.
Backstitch. Backstitching is a plus.
Yes.
And necessary. Let's see, I like how easy you cut the fabric. How much, oh, okay. The pinking blades. The pinking blade was $10.99. And I do a lot of like clothes sewing, not as much as I used to, but I use the pinking blades a lot because it's so much easier to use than pinking shears, or at least for me. Anyways.
And sorry, I was just cutting off some threads there.
Okay.
And here is our finished little corner.
Okay.
And then we're going to do the other one the same way.
Okay. And this is the part, I'll take mine out, that she's cutting, that is, now my fabric, I didn't use any interfacing or anything like that because it's a, you know, gift bag. But here's the bottom of the bag, so it's not just a sack looking. It has, if you wanted to put a little piece of cardboard in the bottom of it to keep it from flexing, you can. Just to make it a square box bottom. Like that. How you doing over here?
And we're done with the corners.
Nice.
And now we're just going to snip off my little threads here.
Okay.
Make sure it has a nice clean look.
All right. Ta-da. Okay. So now you got your points. What are we going to do next?
And now we're just going to lay our ruler like a 1/4 inch above that and just cut it off with pinking shears.
Okay. Here you go, ma'am.
Thank you. 1/4 inch.
I'm going to move the bag because there's like a little piece of the bag.
Oh gosh.
There. Make sure that you don't have your bag like kind of folded under when you go to cut this, or you'll have a holy bag.
Right there.
All right.
And then we have our little point.
Okay. Up next. Oh, I'll get these two.
Alrighty. And then there are two. And then you can open up your bag and you can see that it's square at the bottom.
Right. Okay. Now we're gonna flip it out. Flip it inside out. Right side out.
Right there.
Ta-da. Okay. And now we have matching opposite bags.
Yeah. And then we're gonna make our
Right.
a ribbon here for you guys.
Now Ashley she didn't make one. She was gonna use, what were you gonna use? Yarn or something,
yarn.
right?
I have a ton of yarn at home, so I'm gonna use some yarn for ribbon.
Okay. So really, we're just gonna take right sides together and there you go. I messed up your thread.
It's okay.
Okay. How about it? We'll trim it after we sew it. There you go. So you definitely, hi Gail, you definitely need to get these. I mean, it's such an easy pattern. And then we are gonna look at some stuff, put in some suggestions. We're gonna continue doing these little sew-alongs with these fun little patterns. Also, one of our vendors, Shannon, is doing a wine bag sew-along using Cuddle. And I think theirs is today also. But, I mean, how fun would that be? Even if you just took these and you have a little strip of Cuddle, which you can do raw edge, and just put it around the top part of it to give as a gift. That would be super fun also. These are great little bags. I'm liking them.
Yeah,
I'm liking them.
They are. I'm definitely going to use it to carry my water bottle around because my water bottle is sometimes a little leaky, so it's perfect.
Mine's not leaky, but man, mine gets beat up. I don't know. I have all my stickers. But I think this might be my favorite sticker. Always be a good human. Okay, so you back stitched, and now
We have a corner here,
yeah,
so I'm gonna chop that off.
okay, and then just sew down the other side. So what you can do is go like this. Well, we don't have it sewed yet, but if you take a long piece of thread and then you just connect it, or a yarn or anything, and then it's easier to turn it inside out. You just connect it to one side. It's from all those clothes sewing. Do you guys, do y'all have little sewing tips? Like when I turn out the tubes or anything like this, straps or anything, I have a special, little turnout tool, but on long pieces like this, I'll attach like a piece of ribbon or yarn to one side of the fabric, and then I just use that to help me turn it inside or right side out. It makes it a lot easier than using the, something to jab in there, a little dowel or something. Your thread broke.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Oh gosh. That's like running out of, it's like running out of bobbin thread and sewing. Have y'all done that? Do you ever use a fast turn? I have a short fast turn, but on these really long ones, for some reason, I find that it's probably it's probably just because I get in a hurry or I get frustrated with it, but I do have one and I use them on shorter straps, but on longer ones like this I do. And then, yeah, it's a great little way. I think when I was, gosh, I can't even remember. It might have been when I was in Texas. A lady showed me how she turned them in just by attaching that. And you just have it long enough, so you just pull it out the other side so you're not threading anything through like you do, doing elastic. It makes it so much easier when you're feeding it through with a safety pin, and you're like, oh, scrunch, scrunch, scrunch. I just attach a string, or not a string, but yarn, and pull it through the waistband or whatever it is that has elastic in it.
That's a lot easier than what I've been doing. I have
Which
like
is
a stick, and I would like make a little dent in one end, and I just push it through.
Yeah.
It takes time and it's annoying.
It does take time. It does take time. Oh my gosh, one time I was doing a custom little dress for somebody's little girl, and I was doing that, and I had a dowel. I think I was using a dowel or something I was tired, and anyways, I jabbed it right through my seam.
Oh no.
And it was on a little layered skirt dress thing where it had some elastic smocking in it. I'm like, never again. There was a few more things that were said, but basically it was never again.
And what else does it say?
Let's see. Oh yeah, if you have 24 skirts, definitely do the elastic like that. Just attach it, and then, I mean, just safety pin it to where you're gonna end up at, and then put that string through, and so that it's on the other side, and it's just so much easier. Oh gosh, that safety pin is the safety pin business. That causes frustration in itself.
So now I'm gonna do my little.
Okay, now
stick.
you're doing your thing. Okay, she is doing her. I'm sure that we have all done that. This stick method. But you go with your bad stuff. I'll help.
Thank you.
I'm gonna help her because,
Oh god.
Oh.
Should I sew one end closed? I should sew one.
You should, yeah.
I was hoping I could get away without doing that.
Our little light thingy is flashing, and I'm sure you see it looks like a Christmas light. So I'm gonna walk around and turn it off because that's
It's kind
all
of blinding.
It is. Hi, Catherine. It's not only blinding, it's like I keep looking. There's like Christmas lights in my glasses. Oh, now it's just flashing brighter. Okay.
Okay, there we go.
All right.
And now for the real time.
And now for the real. That was your practice.
Yes. I was just showing off my skills right there for you guys.
Oh my gosh. So I'm teaching my kids. You're never when you're on the live, right? Exactly. So when I was teaching my kids how to sew, and my one of my triplets, he likes sewing, and he didn't want to do the easy way, so I let him do the hard way, seam ripping, the hard way, and he was like, "This is terrible. Why is this taking so?" Now keep in mind that he is not quite 9 years old. He was like, "I never want to seam rip again." And I just kept letting, and I tried to tell him, like, you should just use the electric seam ripper, but he didn't want to. So I let him do that for about 10 minutes, and then I showed him how to use the electric seam ripper, and it was a lot better.
My mom was so impressed with the electric seam ripper you showed on Friday. She was like, your dad really needs that. Because, like, he fixes up his work clothes at home. And, like,
nice.
He has, like, a ton of back stitching sometimes because he goes wild with the back stitching. So, when I was a kid, he'd ask me to hold something open and he'd take a little blade and just hack at it. And I'm like, oh my god. Okay, and then here's a ribbon.
All right. So really all you have to do is we'll just cut it in half, like that, kind of willy-nilly.
Or actually, I think this might be okay.
You just want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna make a pretty ribbon on it.
Yeah. Okay.
So put it
You
in,
stick your water bottle in here.
and then you fold it over, right? Have the top showing off a little. If you have like a wine bottle, you'd want the top showing off a little, so you could be like, I got you wine.
Right.
And then fold it, or tie it.
Tie it up all nice and pretty,
Yep, gonna make a cute little ribbon.
and it's all matching. And what's nice is you're kind of giving two gifts. Right?
Yeah, bag. And
You're giving a
little
bag
wine.
that they can reuse, and a bottle of wine, or whatever else she's sticking there. I mean, really.
Yeah. It could even be like, doesn't even have to be used for a bottle or something.
No.
It could just be anything.
Right. I feel like I need to re-gift my kids Legos. I could probably fill up 19 of these and have enough. I should do that. I'm just gonna stuff Legos in these.
I don't know if that would be a good gift or like a curse gift, because stepping on Legos, oh my
Oh,
god.
I know, it's terrible. Terrible.
Ta-da.
Ta-da. Okay. So, there's still like plenty of, like, you can get them a big giant bottle of wine or anything, olive oil, whatever. But here you have it. I hope that hope you guys go and get them. Give some gifts. Have a sewing party.
Well, that would be fun.
That would be fun. We're gonna start doing those. And I will put them on
YouTube?
yeah, we'll put them on Facebook, and we'll have Zoom classes, Zoom sew-alongs.
Yeah.
And I don't know if even maybe we need to do let's get started on Christmas gifts.
Oh yeah.
We should do one. Let's get started on Christmas gift, and we can Zoom, and everybody can kind of talk and chat. And
Yeah.
even though we're not in the same location,
It'll be fun. It'll be a
that
little
would
party.
be fun. So, all right, you guys. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today.
Yes.
And I
For
hope you
our wine
guys
Go to whalestale.com. It's a PDF file.
it's $1.99.
$1.99.
And once you buy it, it'll take you to a download page and
Yes.
you can download it.
Yep.
And it's a perfect gift for the upcoming Thanksgiving, birthdays, Christmas, anything.
All of them.
Yeah.
Join us on Friday for our Friday favorite
Favorite Fridays. It's reversible.
It is. It's multi-purpose.
Yeah.
So join us then. We hope that everybody has a awesome
wonderful day.
Wednesday.
Yeah. Have a good hump day.
A good hump day. We're halfway through the week. It's almost the weekend.
Yeah. Ooh.
I can't believe it's November, but yes.
Make sure
All right.
to like our page, like
Yes.
this, share this post, and go follow our YouTube and Instagram.
Yes.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone. Have a good day. Thank you for joining us. Bye.
All right. Bye.